no allegiance to any political party, organization, institution, or individual. Freedom FM 87.9, your best choice.
I'm filled with a profound sense of gratitude and humility. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilized the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, built hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieved on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, and perhaps more could have been done under different circumstances. Regrettably, some of the long-term projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors, and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I must report to you that we are leaving behind a better economy than we inherited. Today, President-elect Joseph Nima Bouaka will inherit a stronger economy than I inherited. There is a bigger net international reserve position than was handed me in 2018. I inherited 94,999,000 United States dollars in net international reserves. And I am handing over to the next administration a net international reserve position of 222,700,000 United States dollars. This is 136% increase in the net international reserve position. The total cash balance in the government's consolidated account is United States $40,044,365.90. In 2018, my government inherited a consolidated cash position of $7 million United States dollars. The next administration thus has more resources to deal with emergency macroeconomic challenges than my administration had at its disposal in 2018. My fellow citizens, through our time together, I have still fires to two cornerstones of leadership, keeping the peace and upholding the democratic process and the root of our democratic journey. I am immensely proud that during my tenure, Liberia remained at peace with itself and at peace with its neighbor. Our armed forces, the force of good, were never turned against our own people, and external actions were confined to international peacekeeping mission under the United Nations. This peace, sustained by our own domestic resources, is a testament to the maturity and strength of our nation. We protected the inalienable rights of every Liberian citizen as enshrined in our Constitution. Freedom of speech, assembly, and expression were not only preserved, but celebrated. There were no political prisoners or prisoners of conscience during my entire term, a testament to the development of strong democratic institutions that are now not only hailed as competent and professional, but as trusted and credible. Liberia is now regarded as a pillar of democracy in West Africa and a shining example to the world. This was only made possible through our various collaborative efforts. I want to thank all Liberians, regardless of your political affiliation, for staying the course and helping build a stronger and more vibrant nation. As I step aside as President of Liberia, I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, in order to ensure the continuation of our strong and vibrant democracy. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences, embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia.
Those who wrote the speech, inauguration day, everybody happy. We are rejoicing over the defeat of the old regime. We are rejoicing about our effort to bring a new regime. Then we're sitting down with happiness. We go write paper for that 79-year-old man. He's struggling to read. Then you go there, I will tell you that nation, I will tell you US, I will bring one for you. Because you think one for you, Johnson. By the time the woman of reading, when you got to the in this country,
when you elect a clown and you think that he will be a king, what he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries, but there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say, release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence, 30 years, prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brandon Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and now prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years on conventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time of experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with a U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy, through these U.S. ambassador allied for war crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D-404, and spelled out in clear terms the decision taken in support of regime change in Liberia and what needed to happen to solidify that process. There was little mention, if any, in his testimony about Sierra Leone. And here is what he said. I posit that 5 years from now, when the international community is challenged by other crises, Taylor in Calabar, under the protection of Nigeria, will make his move. We will wake up one morning and watch on CNN as Taylor rides triumphantly down the main street in Monrovia to the executive mansion, carrying all of us to come and get him. Unless he is handed over to the Special Court for Sierra Leone, this scenario is not out of the realm of possibility. He then asked, how do we assure Liberia's future? And he answers that. Ultimately, he says, what we do about Taylor in the next several weeks will determine the fate of Liberia and the new administration of its president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Crane then sets out several plans, two of which I'll state here. He said, first, hand Charles Taylor over to the Special Court for Sierra Leone for a fair trial, his kind of trial. This takes him out of the local and regional dynamics that is West Africa. Second, tie any financial and political support to good governance in Liberia. Time does not permit, but the exhibits are present. Not even the Nigerian nation was spared interest and intimidation.
When you elect a clown and you think that he will be a king, what he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries, but there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say, release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
in May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are directly challenged. The United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence 30 years prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brenda Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and Armed Prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years on conventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time with experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at Large for War Crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D404, and spelled out in clear terms the decision taken in support of regime change in Liberia and what needed to happen to solidify that process. There was little mention, if any, in his testimony about Sierra Leone. And here is what he said. I posit that 5 years from now, when the international community is challenged by Taylor in Canada, under the protection of we will wake up one morning and watch and see as Taylor rides triumphantly down the main street in the road with the effectiveness, daring all of us to come and get unless he is handed over to the special court for Sierra Leone. This scenario is not out of the realm.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up on your stomach, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people lots us, the government betray us. So much. I said, yes, when they say to you that love starts at dawn, DAWN. When they say to you that love starts at dawn, I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises, that let us.
It fits in the implication, the biblical implication that says, "Work while it is day, because when night cometh, a man works no more."
You laugh, why did you speak? Why did you allow the citizens?
And so the light is a representation of life. The light is the representation of life. So when you have the time, the strength, the energy, the opportunities,
Why? The government should lie. Why? But
to contribute to your government, to your country, jealously protect that opportunity, jealously protect that privilege. These opportunities are rare. They come once in a while. And so as government officials, as public servants, it's important that we understand our civic responsibility to the state. Let me say a very, very pleasant, good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora, our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics. And even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them, it's good to have you joining us tonight on the show. This is Freedom Money Rap.
no war for people crying for hunger. Look.
Don't worry, I'll get used to Freedom Hard Talk. This is Freedom Hard Talk. This is Freedom FM. This is Austin Kawa. We are coming to you live from Kerry Street in Central Monrovia. Very interesting things to talk about tonight. Tonight we're placing emphasis. I came across a video. And let me say thanks to former Representative Akaras Moses Gray, who shared that Prime FM video with me, and many others started sharing them.
The people love to us.
Tonight, we are listening to the radio and you have data on your phone. The show is going to be done in a very extraordinary way. When we talk about the literacy of our democracy, we talk about the hygiene of our democracy, how we need to clean our democracy. We need to improve the hygiene of our democracy. That video is going to tell you exactly what we mean when we say clean the hygiene of the democracy, of our democracy.
We saw it frustrate us.
When we say let's work on the literacy of our democracy, let's improve on it. The video we're about to play is going to actually capture the conversation today or tonight.
You use us.
And that video is displaying the exact scene in Capitol building during the removal of Eric Staller. See how the lawmakers who wanted to remove Eric Staller, see how they engage each other. So if you're listening to us via radio, I'm encouraging you to just go online. Because I don't need you to only listen, I need you to watch the video and see the composure of those lawmakers. It's very important. And so we'll play that video tonight from start to finish. Because that's the stars and shape of our show tonight.
The people love to us.
We need more literate people in the legislature, in public service. What is this noise about? I've been seeing pictures and videos of Cornelia Crash, Patrick Horner, Mo Ali, and my man Alfonso Belen. They said they were swimming in Ganta, eh?
People tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough.
So we have to have a conversation about that.
What?
It's important.
Crying for hunger.
Those are the two issues we're talking about tonight. Public officials, some say they own opulence. They're seeing swimming in opulence.
Why?
They did not do it before. Why are they doing it now? This country is an interesting country. And those of us in the media, the public believe in us, even our leaders. If you don't know this, the public believe in us, even our leaders. Those of us who have access to the microphones, to the pens, and the cameras, what we report, what we author, what we say, what we write, what we broadcast, what we screen on our televisions. The public tend to believe it easily than what the leaders say to them. And my man Abu can say the morality, the integrity of your voice matters.
We tired with the promises that left us to all our damages.
The gossip of Cordina Grand Bow.
They deceive us.
He said, but why you let the school? They cannot buy else to me.
So
If you man wants all of these things every weekend, take you picture.
the keys don't be.
But yes, folks, so we have to talk today. It's Monday. It's the 25th day of November. November is done. It's finished.
You use us.
Today's edition of the show is dedicated to my kid.
Hey, Bob.
In fact, my kid.
Why? But that the question that we ask.
This whole the entire week, is still radio. The entire show is dedicated to women same science, whose birthday is November 29, Austina Kawa, whose birthday is November 29, and Austin Kawa Jr., whose birthday is tomorrow. So Austin's birthday, Austin Jr.'s birthday is tomorrow. Austina is Friday. Women same science is Friday. So all our shows this week are dedicated to those three individuals. So again, thanks to all of you folks. Welcome this show. Don't forget, we told you this show is proudly sponsored by Crime Stopper Liberia of OSM Science, the pre-birthday man, and it's in partnership with Radio Entertainment Liberia and our partner that gives the money in the catch. Like tonight, they said we're paying $5,000. And so Kuso said it's going to be doing the draw. I'm not too sure the time is not. We do not have enough time, so I think we can only pay 22 persons tonight. And so yes, Kuso, as you play, Kuso will be doing the draws, and then we give 22 persons $5,000 each tonight. So what do you do to play? Big show. You have small librarian on your phone, on your phone. They get bought, or 70 cents in US, and then you can play our cash giveaway. So the short code is *799# hash, and then you select option number 11. So you dial *799# hash and send. Then you select option number 11 for Freedom FM. When you select option number 11 for Freedom FM, you send. You send, and then you wait for, and then two options will appear to you. Option number 1 will be asking you to play in US dollars, and option number 2 will be asking you to play in Liberian dollars. Whichever option you select, you send, and then you enter your mobile money password. Again, the short code is *799#. You send, and then you select number 11 for Freedom FM. You select option number 11 for Freedom FM. You send, and then you enter number 1 if you are playing in US dollars, or you enter number 2 if you are playing in Liberian dollars. Whichever option you select, you send, and then you enter your mobile money password. That's it for you tonight. If you play in the class giveaway, like we said, we're not going to allow you pay 22 persons tonight, so you have to make your way and make sure you are amongst the 22 winners tonight. That will be working your way. We can pay more. Depending. So yeah, they're not power to say 22, they're not power, but within the on that, that's okay. Depending on the transaction and all that, yes, we can pay more than that. But we're not able to talk to everybody because we have to we have to talk our serious issues. So let's welcome our worshipers tonight, our political worshipers. They first join us to fellowship with us tonight. So yes, your political fellowship is back on the radio tonight. We'll come back, we recognize our followers. We'll come back, we take a walk from our sponsor, Crime Stopper Liberia, and then we move into our discussion tonight on the show. We told former President Weah met with the U.S. ambassador today. That information is true, it's correct, it's confirmed that Mr. Weah met with the. So when I say, don't say Mr. Weah met with the U.S. ambassador, say U.S. ambassador met with Mr. Weah, but they met today, whatever way they met. So Mr. Weah, as former president of our country and political leader of the CDC, I'm told that the U.S. ambassador did not meet Mr. Weah in his capacity as former president. The meeting of the U.S. ambassador was held in his capacity as political leader of the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change. And so details of that meeting are emerging. And once we can lay our hands on some, we'll be able to furnish you with the essence or the purpose of the meeting and all of that. But I think the decision by the U.S. ambassador that met Mr. Weir today, that was a smart political move. That was a smart diplomatic move. The country, we told you the country, nothing is sure, nothing is certain. Nothing is sure, nothing is certain. Liberia is on the wrong track. And we need everybody to come to the table and let's see how we can reconcile as a country and move this country forward. If Waka does not prioritize reconciliation, trust me, I can say this to you. And I know some of my friends in government hate to hear this, but I can say this every day. Mr. Waka has a good chance. But if he does not reconcile the country, and to reconcile the country, he has to take charge of the government. He's not in charge. So firstly, he has to take charge of the government, reconcile the country, and see. I can say this to you. Nobody from CDC hates anybody from Unity Party. But like the way the Unity Party folks, they were not doing politics. It was actually hate. It was greed. It was envy. Unlike now, nobody from CDC hates anybody from UP. They're just doing politics. But you can disagree on the issues and still reconcile and move the country forward. But that step to reconciliation should start with the government. And I told my mentor, one of my friends today from the government, I told CDC, I will not tell any CDC person will work for you to reconcile with you after election. What you went for in November, you went for leadership. It means you went for an authority that will help you, that will tell you, that will authorize you to lead, to be ahead of your colleagues, to be ahead of your peers. Leadership. The people you are supposed to provide direction for them. They look up to you for direction. The people who are looking up to you for direction cannot be the ones leading you. The direction they're looking up to you for is of 20 things. So if Mr. Waka does not take charge, the first 1 year is a complete waste. It's a wasted year. The government achieved nothing. The citizens achieved nothing besides the school students that got school from 12th grade, and maybe the university students that completed their courses. But as the state achieved nothing. As the government achieved nothing. As the political party, the ruling party has achieved nothing. This is a shame. But it does not mean that all is lost. It means you can still recalibrate, make the necessary adjustments, and come back to govern. But if you continue focusing on dividing people, dividing the country, you're not going anywhere. 1 year wasted, nothing achieved, nothing at all. Wasted year, wasted month. And we're heading for the next month. And they say, your fiscal will be good, you will know from the eve. From the eve of 2025, we're deep divide in the legislature that even if they don't get successful to impeach Kofa, there will still be a deep divide in our house. There will still be. And even if they succeed in removing him legally, there will still be a divide in that house. It means Waka is already presiding over a country that has a divided legislature. Those are not good sounds for any serious government that wants to support. Because you remove Kofa, the house remains divided. You don't remove it, it remains divided. Any school, right? When any school got removed, that house remains divided to the extent that they were men just waiting. As soon as anything, let's remove Carol. He's still coming up. The first number, Carol's a Mona Pona way of recipes, Carol, to the last image was straight. He said to you that house was divided. So, that house gave any other things serious money. You start winning for the property money, I mean, like, without using property money, start winning, chasing people like millionaire, CBC lawmakers. Party, party influence, to have a party influencer in the house. See the past in the Senate. So if Baka ready to read, I will know. We know the indicators, good governance indicators, we know them. We have been middle of them. Now, let's welcome us. Let's welcome all of you first. You know, yeah. The political picture won't pitch to so yeah, progress at you. Abige, sorry, Ahaji Kagaba from District 16, Progress Orator Johnson for long show. We get the money show now. We're here on the time. Ati Brown, Fatou Sherif, James Lame, Felicius Junior Bar, Mire Tule, Ame, Emmanuel Bro has joined us. Emmanuel is there in Minnesota. Marcus Gida, Paco Yakotan, Wata Blume, Dominic Walker from Kigali, is joining us. Johnny for long, man. Oh, I'm not going to John Double is joining us from Samukatan, Inkawe Asita Meda from a school clinic. Marcos, Abu Bakar Sharif from Patan, and Abu Bakar Sharif from Patan, Mohammed Kule, Laburo, it's just a Laburo. Mohammed Alegda, Laburo is just a Laburo. James Kala has joined us as well, Hedina Brown has joined us, Mahedina, Prince Titi Boyine is joining us. Victor Geisen is joining Master Family, Samuka Dennis from New York, Dwetty from Minnesota, CDC Pape Success Kita, Benjamin Kennedy, Gibson Boy, Gibson, long time, Gibson, long time, you know what I mean? Long time ago, Gibson, you know what I mean? Send me text on WhatsApp, my man. Mohammed Sharif, Linda, Ruslam, Gay, Sister, Divine Grace, Baslam, have all joined us tonight on the show. Let's say thanks to, we already have 28,000 persons following us via our online radio. Yeah, 28,000 via our online radio. So let's welcome all of you to this political fellowship tonight. Before we play that recording from Eric Sala, let's talk about this coordinator. And we talk about it, let me talk about Mr. President small thing. You see, what is happening in Lofa and the it's scary. And our government needs to do the needful. Our government needs to do the needful. National security threat to any country is not something that anybody is supposed to overlook. As we speak, look, all the countries in Liberia, when there are actions or indications pointing to national security threat, the leaders mount the point and address the nation. That only in a country, actions or indicators pointing to national security threat. Now, our government, the Minister of Defense, will be silent since we are still appointed a Minister of Defense, shall never stay in war. That border security, the immigration chief is already suspended. I don't know who's the acting, the immigration chief cannot say anything. The entire army, the armed forces is silent. The drone security is saying nothing. The Minister of Justice is saying nothing. The president is saying nothing. Nobody is talking, and we're seeing signs of national security threat to our country. Where the There are speculations that the Guinean that it is alleged that the Liberian flag is being de-hosted by folks believed to be Guineans in a particular area in Lofa that they are claiming, and let's say they are claiming to be, they are claiming to be owners of that spot in Lofa. That they belong. This is a national security issue. Nobody has said nothing. The immigration has said nothing. The prosecutor has said nothing. The president has said nothing. We left the country to go to wait to the folks. We can't be this for serious. And we place more emphasis, more energy on that RA is struggling to raise money to fund our programs to the budget. And the executive is struggling to take the money from the budget for NRA and spend on useless people who still want to remove people. You see what we give priority to? That's what we give priority to. So the US ambassador meeting Mr. President, let me tell you something, folks. Civilized democracies, mature democracies, literate, literate democracies. When the people are aware, the citizens are aware, they know their fundamental rights, they know their civil responsibilities and everything. The citizens are lacking about what they are supposed to do to protect national interest and what they're not supposed to do, and the length they're supposed to go or the length they're not supposed to go. The society is ready. They know the issue. Those democracies do not overlook major opposition leaders. They don't. Because they know that an attempt to go after a major opposition leader, only on serious countries or on serious democracy will do that. Or civilized democracy will do that. For civilized democracies, they will respect the major opposition leader because they prefer their country over that man becoming president. They're able to say, yeah, into the presidency, but we prefer keeping the peace. Civilized democracy will do that. Take the presidency, let's keep the peace. That's what George Weah did. Civilized is a literal democrat. You say, take your country. Take your presidency. Let's keep the peace. For the elected people, the elected Democrats say, go after that major opposition leader. Because the policies, the supporters, the followers coming in the street to protest and shut this country down, and nothing will happen. And not get down. Don't go. Elected Democrats to do that. Democrats, now it's coming to the Democrats. Yes, they get that. That elected Democrats will do that. That elected democracies will do that. See, I care less about the peace of the country. Let's go after him. And my colleague from the embassy said to me on Friday, there is something that makes Nigeria more. You guys were smart. So I talking about it on the year. So it didn't escalate. I said, like, the decision that you're coming to start allowing the major opposition leader to use the regular terminal that the ordinary people are using, that was politically insensitive. And whoever may have advanced the government who have done that, that person was not smart. He said, from 2 points, from the security standpoint, that may interact with the ordinary people, the terminal. Anybody can walk to him and injure him. You will see the state injure him. He said, besides that, on the other side, you are making that man overly popular. The fact that regular travelers interacting with him, they know he's coming, he's going to use the regular terminal, he's going to interact with people. He said, politicians, some politicians will not want that. Not the major opposition leader will have direct access to the ordinary people. It increases his popularity. This was, it was still on last. After you know, it was last. It does not help the government. If the parties and supporters who are gone, if the media are elevated down, the people are going to come after. They're going to ban as every part of the government. He said, on the other hand, when security measures doesn't make it, the people are setting the level, the people see different party goals, and they determine their different path and everything, their movement, everything. They're not because they let that person bow way. Or those protocols not mean you love the person. So he said, allowing Mr. Weir to use. I didn't want to say this on the radio, but I'm saying this. He said, allowing Mr. Weir to use the VIP terminal is a security. He said, allowing George Weir to use the security terminal, allowing George Weir to use the VIP terminal is a straight. It's a protocol that even saves the government a lot. Because you're saving from threat, you're saving from plenty of attacks that will not be tied to the state. People that's that state sponsor. Two, you in a way, phone, you say, my man, don't have access to the ordinary people. You can't, you go through the VIP, the process, everything, get in your car, you go. No direct access. Eh? You restricting your access. When you come back, you want to talk to the people, you come back, get a car, drive off the airport, and go even me, talk to the people, you get a car, and go back. But the fact that he's going to the state protocol, it means the state can restrict how long he even stay to talk to his supporters. So people need to be smarter than what they are. As well, I hope you can have a conversation. I hope you are at that level to have a conversation with your government people. But for us, at where we are, I'm not too sure me and Sedefa, as somebody who supports George Weir, I believe Mr. Weir should continue using it. It was good as denying access to the VIP terminal, so let him continue using the regular place. So the meeting today with Mr. Weir, the U.S. ambassador, it was very strategic. It was on point. The Americans are more concerned about our security and peace than even our president. In seven go, when Sarah go back to go back security lane in Sarah, he about to be a mansion in Sarah. Well, I'm talking now to there. We reserve for another time. So that's why Barack is not concerned about your peace. The Americans are more concerned, and the Americans have always been concerned about our peace than ourselves. We've never shown deep interest in protecting our peace than the Americans. They've always, look at Joe, the Americans in these times, the Americans are more concerned about our peace, about sustaining our peace than our president. When you tell him, say, the president, they say, oh man, don't use certain adjective. I say, okay, I'll listen to you. Personally, yeah, you get angry too. But Mr. Barack has to show to us that he's a responsible old man that wants to govern. If he can prove that he's a responsible man that wants to govern, we'll not treat him as a responsible man. The border is not treated. People, different speculation, news coming up. Journalists are reporting from the borders. What happening? The government has not said anything. No update, no briefing, nothing. Somebody told me, Austin, do you know that the police director drove to Lofa? And up to now, the police director is the only most senior official in the government that have been to Lofa since the news. Somebody said that to me. They said the police director is the most senior security officer or official that has driven to Lofa. He said he drove a car to Lofa, that drove to Lofa. And he said, since then, do you know that there is no national security meeting have been held? Since the incident. Imagine your border is under threat. There are news and speculations that Your flag is being dehosted by another group of people from different countries, and the joint security has now held a national security meeting. You tell me, if that's serious country down there, serious country, news of your flag being dehosted, that is the biggest diplomatic insult and attack. To dehost your flag is an attack on your sovereignty as a country. When your flag is dehosted, it means your authority is diminished. You've lost. It means you've lost sovereignty in that area. When your flag here, they kind of take it from there. They dehost the flag, bring it down. It means you've lost sovereignty, meaning you don't have right to that place. Your authority, you've lost your authority. That is an insult. It's an attack. In our country sitting down, nobody has provided any briefing. Nobody has provided any update. Nobody is talking to the citizens. And you think we're running a country? When somebody say there is a banana republic, someone won't get vexed. And all these things are happening. Then it brings in the conversation about our young Cody going to Kanta to go. To say they go. You see, those of you who are following me, there's one thing I don't bother one thing. And there's a reason for that. You see me, just as you see me, I'm a very sociable person. I'm a sociable person. But I socialize with care. How many times do you see me posting picture on Facebook? How many times go and check my page and see what I've ever posted from restaurant or from entertainment center or from pool or from this? No, that's not me. And you know what? Not because anybody wants to be too proud or overprotected. No. Let me say this to you today, folks. And I said this before. The work we don't have to be government officials to be called public servant. We are public servants. The morality of your person, the integrity of your voice, the integrity of just your personality. Let's say your personality should have integrity. Your appearance, you appear. People say, yeah, they may looking at serious man. Even if not serious, you appear serious. Yeah, they may not serious man. A serious people can appear recklessly and carelessly. They will take that serious, those serious people and put them outside. The unserious men who are looking fun, go on, they will put up. That's the integrity of your personality. So what you do as a public servant matters a lot. Let me tell you something. My sister coordinator, let me say this to all of you. Daddy coordinator writing on Facebook, she's just doing nothing. But I say this to you. I did a post on Facebook. I said, yeah, people can go swim, blah, blah, blah. I say, yeah. What you do in the public as a public servant is different from what you do as a private citizen. Sarah Yanti, everybody to feel everyone know that Sarah Yanti and my Oma supporting your foreign minister. We there on the radio, right? I know Sarah Yanti all the years in Burridge. Every year she can have party to us. And now one time, some birthday, some holidays, and things. She's a party that she loves to see people around, family people calling, just like that. But did you all know? You didn't know because one, either you were not following her, you didn't know her. It doesn't mean she was not posting your party then, the inner yard cheering and the posting picture. No. But when she became foreign minister, attentions got drawn to her. Her following shape increased. There are more people who are going on her page now and following or clicking to follow her to like her page. I mean, more people started following because you become a public official. Now, what you do, the public will use what you do to judge you. Even if you are doing them before, didn't get time. He said, well, now you're there, don't do it. Because the country is poor, is struggling, folks. Let's be frank. Let's ask some him. I sit down on the radio every year. I tell you, I say Mo Ali is my friend. If I can name 5 people I'm close to in United Party, if I say can name 5 person in UB that you close to, maybe more be among the first TV. If you say name 5 people that you close in UP, Mo Ali will be among the first TD. I'm telling you. But who told you so? I know that he's a social person. Was anybody talking about more social activities? No. You know what I'm talking about? The country, the people, now they're in power, they're in leadership. And the standard they set. It was wrong for Eugene Nangbe to eat food and post a food picture on Facebook. That's the standard the opposition then said you be. You get change the standard now because you're in power. It means posting food on Facebook is wrong. I hope you getting the logic. Me, I got one issue with more than anybody swimming, eating your thing. Akaros built his house, that hall, where just built also hall and a farm. So putting $1 million property. See the people start to put small in the main yard. Akaros built property, put a pool in yard. It was an issue. The standard was the people suffering. Akaros being calls with pool and he's swimming in the pool and he took picture and he posting picture. It was wrong. So the opposition then, as in UP, made the public to believe that government standard is don't post picture when you eating, food picture when you eating. Don't go to pool, having pool in your yard or go swimming in your pool and taking picture and posting it was wrong. That's the standard. You can't change it now because you're there. So those who are criticizing Mo and Cordelia, they are 100% right. I can say that for free. They are right. Who told you the people are criticizing Mo for swimming? Who told you the people can swim? Those people can swim. They can go walk about. You know, my CZ man. So when they can go chill regularly. Every group get people can chill, they let everything. But you set a standard when you are in opposition that posting picture from pool is wrong. That posting your full picture is wrong. Imagine me that Eugene Namu been in power for all what he laugh. You want to tell me you get full food that cost $20-$30? For a Eugene Namu, and who was even information minister and transport minister and youth and sport minister, Eugene served 3 positions in the Unity Party government. And he only had 2 NCDC government. They made a man who was transport minister in UP government, youth and sports minister in UP government, information minister in UP government. In 2020, that was just 2 years after CDC came to power. They wanted you to believe, made you to believe that Eugene could not afford a food that cost $50 US or $100 US. And by him posting food on paid Facebook meant that he was insensitive to your poverty state or your struggling state or your struggling condition. That he was insensitive. That it was wrong. Even though they knew that he could afford the food, but they made it to look like it was wrong. They made it the standard that don't post your food when you go to Boulevard Park. What did I get for myself? I go Boulevard Park if I want to every day. I go a buffet every Sunday or Saturday, whatever the days their days are. In me, I rich. Then you say a man like Eugene, for example, could not afford food. So he post food picture. They became the standard for public officials. Don't do it. When you go to pool, you go to Ganta, in fact, and you doing the same thing, and you say, "Oh, you don't criticize us. Oh, you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to criticize us." Then somebody say, "I have my life to live." Everybody has a life to live. Everybody has his or her life to live. But usually we're living a life when you're criticizing them. Me. And continue one naked or say in pool. No clothes on say, and I get one problem with it. And I will never have problem with it. More Patrick they won't go to club and chill, laugh, they go laugh, they drinking a beer, they smoking a cigar, doing anything, and I get one problem with it. Me, I don't get problem with it. They are young people, they have their private life outside public service. The same way CDC people, most of them were young people, they had a private life outside public service. The same thing. But they still not the set. They said about politics. That is still not the people using the judge today, then they get issue. You know what I told somebody? I said, yeah. I swear. For me to enter public service, like to say government job, for me to take a government job that will pay me maximum $3,000. That's a maximum fact because maybe you'll be head of entity depending which entity you're heading. But to take a government job that will pay you, let's say $7,000. Let's take it at 7. To take a government job, or maybe because they give you different benefits and everything. So let's take it at 10. Meaning that head of entity now. So to take a government job at $10,000, that government job accounts with different things. The first thing, the whole country now knows that Austin Kawara does not owe them anything because Austin Kawara are journalists. He's not obligated to me. He's not responsible to pay my school fee. He's not responsible to pay anything. The day Austin Kawara becomes a minister or a deputy managing director, the public believes that that man is a public servant. He is working in government. There are people in need. And he is supposed to be able to help, to step in and solve some of the minor problems in the home, in the communities. If Austin is financially disciplined and sensitive to the fact that he is a public official and he is supposed to help to solve some of the smaller problems in the communities, especially where he lives, what it means in the community, especially where he lives, what it means Austin is supposed to be deducting at least $2,000 from that $10,000. I mean, every month there has to be an intervention somewhere, some kind of way. It means Austin get 10 again, Austin get 8. You go to Austin and get money. Is that what me in working in government? $5. You get the community. Christmas coming, holiday coming, you can't bring rest here to get the people. Yeah? That and I can say. So me Austin losing $2,000 already of the $10,000. When you are a government official, it means your status increased. So your money has to be able to facilitate your status and your new status. So if you're going to Mamusu Kobosha to eat before, hey man, you can be deputy minister if you're going to Mamusu Kobosha. Maybe you can do it once in a while, to go into your normal money. Like you can suddenly you can afford to carry all of them to the to a bigger restaurant. So maybe it's on weekends, say, my man, let's go to Musu Play, or let's go to the Tane on hotel room. Let's go to Tane Sha on Hotel Africa room. To the Saturday, let's go eat to Tane place. That way you can do it once in a while. But your regular eating spot will change. Your regular drinking spot will change. In most cases, they change. At that point, your responsibility is increasing. So what do you do? At the end of the day, you realize your real take home maybe about 5 or 4K. Yeah. So I guess I'll be doing my radio winner. And so this is the situation with some of the officials. Now, the other thing I'm talking about seriality is when me, I'll come and memoir as a man. So that picture you're taking. If you guys are going to go Ghana, you're swimming. But not take picture, you're impossible. What is going to happen to you? Just tell me one thing that is going to happen if you not post that picture. If you are chill in private, you're in post picture, what is going to happen to you? You're going to lose your jobs. You're going to die. You're going to get sick. Someone who carry junior, your junior are going to leave you. And interestingly, most of the guys went Lima because LTA was having an event there. We told. Did you have to post picture? It's not said you now that you're Minister of Foreign Affairs. There are too many things that come along with the job. You can be having part of your yard again and you be going laugh. You can be having part of your yard and you be going laugh now. The very community you live now, people they're suffering, they poor. They were never going, they never had issue with you when you were having party all the years in your yard. And they were still in that same condition. Now they stay in the same condition. They are having issue now because you are Minister of Foreign Affairs. Who told you are just normal? Say where you go where you come out, you have a party. They will not get issue. But it became an issue because of your position. So in your position, oh, the job you have, it comes with extra responsibilities and this, different disciplines. It comes with extra disciplines and all of that. Yes, that's true. And we have to accept, and that's the literacy of our democracy there. We have to accept those disciplines. We can make it optional. Say it's optional to me to accept these disciplines. You can make it an option. My man, let me tell you, what are you like? I got my laugh. But the day you see me sitting down, maybe on the road, imagine you see me. Do you know that? To even see me, the day you see a picture of me kissing a woman, you know it will be news, right? You know why it will be news? Because the morality, the integrity of our voice. I'm not gonna be dealing with government ain't there. Like, you don't kissing one girl. Just say kissing a crumble. They consent. You got to kiss woman that she can agree. I agree. But it will be an issue. And the only reason why it will be an issue because it is hostile that is seen as somebody with integrity and moral rectitude. So it's not the perception in the public is that we are not supposed to see him kissing women in the public. No, that the public perception. Talking about the literacy of our democracy. When a public official kisses his wife, it is an issue in the public. When a public official wears short trousers or a tie or a hair on a tie showing wear beat up, in carrying a woman wears a swimsuit, they go on the beach, it becomes news. But I've seen beach get more than 3,000 person there. And someone then dressed even indecent than even the public official and a woman. But the public official will make the news because he is a public official. Take that position for him. Nobody get time whether he a woman go swim. When they say you are a moral voice, that is the public service, it comes with morality. It comes with morality. 10,000 person can be on beach. They in swimsuit. That girlfriend and wife they dressing for beach. Nobody get issue. Go there with your girlfriend, wear a short dress, all your hair on your tie showing. They will pick your picture from there and they run with it. It will train. It will train because you're public official. They say, why me? Because you're public official, huh? Why they didn't take all the other people picture to make it train? They only your own. That's because you're public official. So public service comes with morality. And we have to accept this as a fact. So when you're talking about the hygiene of our politics, that is there. We need to sanitize our politics. The moral aspect of our politics, we have to accept it. We can't be giving ourselves option. Say it is optional. We can. That's illiteracy. That's the illiteracy there of our democracy. That we must make it optional. When it is just real officials, it is wrong. When it is UP official, it is right. That's the illiteracy of our democracy. But no literate person will say it is right it is wrong for using the e-food and to put a food picture on Facebook. Then we say it is wrong. It is wrong for using the do it and it is right for my friend Mo Ali to do it. No, it can't be. It has to be wrong. When you set the standard, we go by the standard. We can't lower the bar to accommodate somebody. We can't be doing that. Then it means we are not ready for good governance. We are not ready for democracy. We can't raise the bar when it is somebody else. When it is you, then we lower the bar because we want to accommodate you. We can't do it. We can't. And so that's the thing about this whole more than swimming in pool than me. I can go to the beach. But when I go to the beach, you know what? I don't go to the pool. And my friend, why you have to come to the pool? I said, my man, I'm not going to sit down in no pool. Somebody can tell me, at first thing I'm married. And the woman I'm married by her jealousy, it just to a fingertip, very, very jealous woman. She and I are going to be set with sitting now. Eh? She gave me looking at people, she me looking at my face. When you look in the direction, so when you looking at the person for now. So I'm gonna go to pool. Me and my man will go to pool in the pool. I even know somebody from nowhere. Maybe one girl see me, she know me. Oh, that you the Austin? She come and ask me. That person will asking me that you the Austin. Somebody go take a picture. How you going to justify that one to your to when you go home? Because my mother, she not going out there. She wants to go out and maybe she and she won't go out once. She goes out once in a while. So how can we go justify that? I don't want to go. Somebody just ask me, "Oh, are you the Austin?" My first time you, or you talking to somebody. "Oh, Austin, how are you?" So to save all of that, let me be in my corner, right? The morality of your status in society matters. Because that all follow people say, "Oh yeah, you make it laugh," but in real life, the life you have to, there are people who look up to you for direction, for leadership. You can't be reckless and careless with your activities in your life. You are a public official. You can't be reckless. You should not be careless. You must be able to organize yourself and behave. So my man, move that one your day, that one your day. Y'all go all your kind of, maybe in the public you will defend it, but I want to do. If anybody say, my man, I go in Ghana, don't get in that pool. My man, you go in that pool, don't take picture. Why you won't post picture? Don't post picture. It doesn't make you wrong. And this is a mistake we can make. Because somebody say you go into your own money, you work, your 2,000 naira salary in your account, you go to Royal Grain to go eat, you buy a food, everything, you go sit down to eat, take the picture, you post. It's not wrong. But hey, you have to be sensitive to the plight of the people. The people will not be happy. The ordinary people poor. One man looking for 40,000 to go buy one cup of red. You see on Facebook, you get people that red for you sitting at Royal Hotel eating. You know a message you send to that man? It doesn't mean you're wrong. Oh, hey, you have to be strategic. You have to be strategic. You have to be disciplined. So that fun food, good food you eat in the world, when you eat it all posting picture, it will what will happen to you? If you eat that food all posting the picture, what will happen to you? Josiah Joker did see nonsense the other day. They were training power. So I tell you, oh man, you want to defend here. I say, you know how long the man being like, bro? While the man, I say, tell the man to tell you the last time he posted that picture of all his kids at Edino. They say that the men no more thing, they make always carry a case off us. And I say, okay, we agree, you can always carry a case off of Dino. They're not batting. They're not batting. Just tell me the last time the Josiah Joker man went to a restaurant, like 012, and he took picture of all a case and posted the picture. I said, tell me, show me the picture. They can show you it. So it means they're using public service to display opulence, which is wrong by the standard they set, which is wrong. But again, like I said, me personally, I don't get one issue. If you tell me, say, my man, morning should go back to that pool tomorrow again and go swim, I'll say, yeah, then go there again to go swim. They have their lives. They're young people. They have to enjoy themselves. They have to chill. They have to de-stress. But again, when the other people were de-stressing, they were setting standard to say it wrong. So today, people say, okay, we're using your standard you set. So it wrong for you to do it. So let's go. So you have to come cue this video. You have to come cue this video. Let's move to that video. I need all of you listening to us who got data to go to our Facebook Live. I really want everybody listening to me to watch the video. I want you to see the interaction. People, they disagreeing, they insulting each other. Solomon John even insulted Akaras in the video. But you know what? They were did Isa in the chamber. They faced each other in the chamber. They faced each other in the chamber. They didn't run away. That's literacy, the literacy of our democracy. They didn't run away. The man who made a motion for Tyler recused himself, Emmanuel Dukwe, who is a senator today. He was sitting in a seat. Alex Tyler recognized him on more than 2 occasions. He made a motion. Jim Bannon came in. There were interactions. There were information being called. Put on information. Put on inquiry. All these things happened on Tyler's gavel. He sat down there. They exchanged. The literacy of our democracy. We take illiterate people and send them. They say they don't want to reason. To the extent that to remove somebody who must go to the Supreme Court. When the laws are clear, they clearly lay out, they are clearly established. You see the fundamental pillars of our laws. Due process. These are key fundamental pillars of our law. Due process. The law is strong, firm on due process. And due process is the only thing that is required anywhere in one of the statutory law, one of the constitution, the due process. Anywhere. Civil service, the civil service protocol, all our small policies. You go to policies, you see due process. You go to statutory laws, due process. Our constitution, due process. Even rules, due process. Our rules, due process. Due process. So we're about to play you this video. We need all of you to watch this video. Keen it. And then we can have a conversation about that. But before we play the video, let me say this. The cash giveaway is active. Don't forget, as the video is playing, we're about to start doing draws. So those of you who are playing, we didn't forget about y'all. We're about to start doing draws. We're giving out $5,000 each of our winners tonight. And so we will do draws. We said the last day we're reserving 20 minutes or 25 minutes tonight. 10 minutes will be for course, 15 minutes will be to give our money to all of you tonight. So we said we're giving 22 persons $5,000 each tonight. And so the jaws, waiting to once we reach a threshold, we'll start doing the jaws. We'll do the jaws, and we'll try to call most of you tonight. Even at 10 or all of the 22, we'll try to talk to most of the winners tonight on the show. So let's watch this video very keenly. It's a long, small, but let's listen and watch it. What do I open for you? This? So, please. So, let's take a word from our sponsor, Cramstopper Liberia. We'll come back. We play you that video. Very important, because there are some people listening to the radio. They're trying to adjust, run to that phone quick to get that data. Some people trying to buy data now to go. So, in that process, let's take a word from our sponsor, Cramstopper Liberia, and then we'll play you this video. Very interesting video. See the difference between the lawmakers then in the removal of Alex Tyler and the current position of the lawmakers against the calling for the removal of Fonanti Kofa. So let's take a word from our sponsor, Cramstopper Liberia.
There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Let it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, just coming out for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, just coming out for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Samsaya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, just coming out for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper.
Okay, thank you very much, Omen Simpson on Crime Stopper Liberia. So let's watch the video. Take our time. Let's listen keenly and watch this video and listen to it keenly. Sorry, it's a topic delivery. We did way back at the time we were at Tom FM. So you know, the little mama do this love reggae. So that's how we did the you know, so that's great. My man, come on, I don't know, man, I covered the building, so he did a very good video. So let's watch.
Is to come with distinction, eminence, integrity, and credibility.
Okay, Basmo.
As we speak,
okay, yeah.
You are the subject of a criminal indictment.
So those of you watching, you listening, right? Those of you listening, but those of you watching, you see the voice you're hearing is Emmanuel Nukwe. Record now, then he was then a representative for District 5. The district that Clarence guy is currently representing. So Emmanuel Nukwe then was recognized by Tyler. Tyler is residing, those of you watching, and Tyler recognized Nukwe. Listen and see how long Nukwe will talk for. No interruption from the flow, no interruption by Tyler. Tyler not doing nothing. Tyler listening to him peacefully. Tyler will say maybe overrule. Maybe you overrule the request for his recusal, and they will argue, but they're not divided in where to sit. So listen.
And as such, for you to continuously preside over this house is to diminish the authority of the House of Representatives, and is for you to bring into public disrepute the credibility and integrity of members of this House, and to also make their re-election near impossible. And as such, Honorable Speaker, it is expedient, it is appropriate, it is in the interest of this House for you to seize the moral high grounds, to recuse yourself from further presiding over this House. And I'd like to call on you as per our rule 41.
All that thing you were doing, Tana, is sitting down quietly, very relaxed, very organized, and listening to Nukwe. Listen to the length of time you allow Nukwe to talk. Nukwe is being main enough. He's facing Talo in the chamber. They're not running away from each other. They're all sitting there. They engaging each other. He had already called for Talo's recusal. We lost the moral high ground. He should not be presiding. He's a subject of a criminal indictment. All of that. Talo not talking there. He's relaxed. For those of you watching, you see him relax. Nukwe now is about to go to the rules. Nukwe is about to reference the rule. Nukwe now say, let's go to different place. In this case, the man say, let the rule, let's go to different place. Nukwe is about to reference the rules of the house. Listen.
Point 2, using power properly. and Rule 45, conflict of interest, that the only duty you had under these two rules, under these two provisions, is to recognize me. But to make a determination on this order, you are disqualified under these two rules.
So what is happening is that Talon now, because now I was there, so I saw it. So Talon normally was when these assertions are made or requests are made, the presiding officer can say can overrule it. Then overrule. When an inquiry overrule, your request overrule. So Talon overruled Nukwe's request. So Nukwe now runs to the rule and telling me, Mr. Speaker, according to our rule 45, you do not have option to say I will recognize you, I will not recognize you, because the rule compels the presiding to allow everybody to speak unless one decides to waive his or her right to somebody else or not to speak. But once a person wants to speak, a person has not spoken on a particular issue, the person can speak. So he references the rule of the house. He didn't stop there. He said, no, now that you have allowed my request for your recusal, you can't be the one to preside over the decision that will see us having you recused or not. So Nugo is not telling Tyler resign. No. He said, because you are a subject of a criminal investigation, resign. Because he said, he knows that resignation is an option. So he said, recuse yourself, meaning don't preside over the session until you can be exonerated. So a Tyler had recused himself from presiding. Per Nugo reasoning, when they get 1 year or 2 years, you will not preside over that body until that case finish. Because you are not guilty yet. You are just accused. So we can say resign, but recuse yourself from presiding as presiding officer. So Nugo brought that complaint to Tyler brother. For them, it was a global witness thing, and Tyler was indicted. So they used the indictment automatically became the complaint against Tyler that require his recusal and not resignation. So Nugo said, recuse yourself from presiding at all. But Tyler wanted to make decision on Nugo's request. So Nugo said, no, for the fact. Mr. Speaker, I'm saying you do not have the moral high ground to take a decision to preside over the decision that we are about to take for your recusal. Because you are a son of that gavel. You lost that moral authority to hold that gavel and preside over the session for all to decide whether you must recuse or not. So, turn the gavel over to the next in line. The point here is these guys are facing each other. They are engaging. It's a long video. I'm not going to play. It's 34 minutes, 15 seconds. So we can play all tonight. Maybe we'll play the whole thing tomorrow before we start the show. Right? So he said, you have to step aside. But the point is, Nugo said that even Tyler, he's facing Tyler and telling Tyler, recuse yourself, Mr. Speaker. You are a subject of a criminal indictment. You do not have the moral high ground to preside over my motion or my request for your recusal because you are a subject. Turn the gavel over to the next in line. They're talking all that thing right inside the chamber. They not run away. And this is due process. This is the route. This is the procedure. Sadly, the Thomas Farah man is sitting here too. The Jim Barney man is in the Senate. They all were in this session. Today they are doing it another way. And I want you to listen to James Barney. We were talking. James Barney wrote someone that messed the other day. He said you were defending when Cody called for your recusal. The very Jim Barney man in the video, he defended Tyler recusal. He said Tyler should not resign. It's an option. Jim Barney told Tyler not to resign again. He said, Tyler, don't resign. Don't recuse yourself. Recusal is an option. He even referred to Thomas Fowler and Akara's grading. He called them hooligans in the video. He called them hooligans because they were calling for Tyler recusal. Today, Jim Barney writing bull crap all around. Say the Cody, Kova should resign because Kova had lost. The father, most of the Codys went on the other side and say he should recuse himself. And against the other gavel, it means or Kova should walk away. But he told the very men, Buffer Chimos was supporting Tyler, was standing with Tyler. The very Buffer men told they said that decision to recuse, to call for recusal, is an option, and Tyler should not do it. Today, they are all Baba Chimos, Jim Barney. They are the ones supporting those children from Bonkante and Maggie, telling them not to. Telling them, don't go sit down on Tyler, on Kova's gavel to call for his recusal. But Tyler, the sound of Tyler gavel, they raised their motion and that point. Tyler entertained, Tyler recognized them. Entertained. There was no petitions there. You go to a session and then go say, make it bizarre over our session. No petition, nothing. In the first started. But let's listen small. Let's listen small.
And I request that you recuse yourself so that the next in line can take over for us to proceed or to make a determination on this order. I submit.
Order, presiding. Order, presiding. Communication wrong.
Now, at this point, after Nuko's request for recusal, Tyler is overruling and going to the next agenda item. Call for communication or something. Now they're calling Tyler to order now. Say, Mr. Speaker, you can't be presiding. We have to call you to order. A motion is raised on the floor. A request is on the floor for your recusal. You can't be ignoring it and say, let's go to the next agenda item. So they're calling him to order. And he will entertain the order. But his mind is made up that he will not entertain that thing when Nuko talking about recusal. But he will entertain them, the talking. But he's our overrule it. And the gavel, the gavel gives Tyler the authority to overrule. So he used the gavel, the law. So everything that did was within the confines of the law. He's using the gavel, the authority of the gavel, to say, I overrule it. Bizarre does not have to accept your request for him to recuse himself. That's why the law says petition. For the non-person must sign. But Nuko did not have the petition for the non-persons then. So what he did, see, that could test it in session. That go to session and call for a recusal. If he entertain it, we'll put it on vote. We'll put it on the floor for voting. And that's why people say Tyler made a mistake. That the very day Nuko called for a recusal, Tyler still had the majority because Akara had not gotten the 29. So people say Tyler should entertain that thing, put on the floor and the vote. And you are won the vote. That day on the floor, they kill the whole thing. But he refused to entertain it and started dragging, and then he started losing the number small. But that's another conversation for another day. But let's listen to the drama small.
Order,
Speaker, the rule starts you. For the 1.2 and for the first starts you. You cannot take it on a class. The next in line should determination for my order. Honor our rules, you have to accept or reject. You honor those two provisions of the rule. You cannot accept, you cannot reject. Two provisions disqualify you. It is appropriate that the next in line takes the authoritative gavel and pass on the order. This is the interest of this house, Mr. Speaker.
Tyler overrules again. He overrules again. But the interesting part I want you to get is that they are sitting in that chamber. They are sitting in the chamber and the argument is ongoing. Remember last month I told you, I said, hey, I made reference to the U.S. Congress, where in the Ghanaian Parliament, all of that. People removing their speakers, the lawmakers removing their speakers, they are going in the chamber. They are facing their colleagues and interacting, debating, disagreeing. Some of them are causing, they want to slapping each other, but they are doing it in the chamber. How can in our own country, nobody say no, they go in RLG? How you go RLG? You can take decision. When they get you, say that this is a space, you must come to work. You see, go RLG. And people argue, say the John Chimo, but the John Chimo, you dare me or divine. So in the worst case, anybody say doing business with for the one person now, 39 persons, it's a risk. The two sounds okay. If you get raised for the non-signature, I'm not resigning. Let's see one serious president who won't be doing business with 41 persons or 38 persons. I think they say they don't go to 39 persons. We can't operate like this. You see what the guys doing here? They are debating, they are arguing. Tyler is resigning. Tyler not even, if those of you watching the video, you see, Tyler not even angry. He's not emotional. He's composed. And they are debating. The very Tyler men are all of them today beyond the removal of Fonati. Yeah, in there. They tell him to recuse himself. He said he can't recuse himself. Today he's supporting Fonati. He said Fonati must resign. He said he can't recuse himself. The Jim management who said Tyler, don't recuse yourself. Today he said Tyler, Fonati should resign. What we're so deceptive and illiterate in this country that we set the bar high for other people when it is not in our interest, and when it becomes when it comes to us, then we want to lower the bar. This is what I was talking about. Nuko down there, Tyler down there, James Banning down there. They're all in the thing. I didn't want to meet people. Buffer Chimos. Salah is not in the legislature. Those are the people telling Tyler, don't recuse yourself. They are the very people today saying, Kofa should resign. The very people. And when there's no James Banning, I read it. Let me see. Well, I can forward it to James Banning portion and then we can go to something.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues.
Okay. Listen to James Banning. Listen to you.
All banning the speaker cannot constitutionally preside to decide this. It's a violation of the rule.
This is not hooliganism.
So you've been listening, right? Jim Banner, at this point, see Nuko compose, engage the speaker now. Jim Banner believe that the approach of Nuko and others calling the speaker to order, he said that hooliganism. The one the men doing today, they're not hooliganism. Yesterday, they stand on the bar that Nuko then said, Jim Banning then said, that was hooliganism to call the speaker to order to ask him to recuse himself or to insist or demand that he recuses himself. It was hooliganism in James Banning was. Today, it is not hooliganism for lawmakers to leave that chamber and go to the joint chamber and meeting there and violating the constitution, violating the rules. They're not hooliganism. But these are the people, the best qualities we have in our country to represent us, that James Banning. The hygiene of our politics, the literacy of our democracy. That we're talking about here, so you see how illiterate people can be? You see how people diminishing the hygiene of our politics? You see? It was wrong yesterday for Tyler to recuse himself. It is right today for Kofa to recuse himself. The same people they are in the Senate. They are the same people that said it was wrong yesterday. They are saying today it is right. Listen to Jim Banning. Now they're telling him to take the war back because Nuko didn't believe that Jim Banning has insulted them. The choice of war was wrong to call them hooliganism. Hooligans. Take it back. Jim Banning is arguing that he can take the war back. Today, he supports the same thing. He condemns Papi Flobo and Frank Safoko them. Yesterday, he said people should celebrate him for calling his colleagues hooligans. This is a country called Liberia, folks. If you don't know Liberia, this is a country called Liberia. This is your country called Liberia. This. And folks, so let me apologize. You will play the video. Tomorrow we're going to start the show with this video. The video is 34 minutes 15 seconds. Because I don't have enough time, I really want to play the video to end, and then we're going to do jaws and take calls. I tell him play for about 5 more minutes. Yes, so while I'm doing the jaw, I can play the video for about 5 or 10 more minutes. Yes, and then I can take calls, remaining 10 minutes. You can have 20. So let me play the video for 10 minutes so you guys can enjoy your video. Because some of you bought data and all now, then I can't play a video for only 5 minutes. So let me play for 10 more minutes so you guys can listen to the scene, right? And watch it.
We must be stable. We must be stable. We must be stable. You cannot be stable. You must be stable within the context of the law. You cannot. The better side of the rule. Maybe you are a subject of the law. No, all of us are under the authority of the law.
So those of you watching, the 3 lawmakers you see there, Alex Tyler is the presiding. Clarence Mazakwe, the guy in the pink near Tyler, is Clarence Mazakwe. I think Clarence used to be chairman on, I think co-chair on Ways and Me or something around there. And then that's Buffer Chambers, former speaker as well. Buffer Chambers. These are the guys today. Clarence Mazakwe, Buffer, and they're supporting Kofa. They're supporting the call for Kofa resignation. These are the guys see advising Tyler to reject the call from Nukwe to recuse himself. When you talk, they say that politics. Eh?
Stop that, Jimmy. Jimmy, you need to take that one back. If you want us to proceed.
You hear me, Tomo Fala voice? James Barney must take the war back. But Tomo Fala is presiding over a group of hooligans or a group of lawmakers. Let me take that war back too. I take it back too. I got my friend in there too. I take it back. You're sorry, I take it back. But Tomo Fala is presiding over a group of lawmakers that people believe are behaving lawless. Fala, the very Fala who say Jim Barney calling hooligan or bad. The very Fala today is presiding over a session or a meeting that the entire public believes is lawless, illegal, unconstitutional. But yesterday, Jim Barney Monte a war ban. Today, he becomes the presiding over a lawless gallery of lawmakers. He said, we can't go on your gavel. But you can go on the gavel and call for a recusal. And he said, okay, I will put your complaint on the agenda. I will recuse myself. And you will call me due process. He says, still we don't want to resign. What kind of lawlessness is that? What kind of lawlessness is that? How did we get here? Fala is behaving like the least in the house when he is the odious amongst his colleagues, the odious lawmaker amongst his colleagues. And he's behaving like the least, only because out of greed, selfishness, greediness, hate. So the standard they said yesterday, today, they are reducing or lowering the standard to accommodate them. For them, that politics. I see you talk, my man are politics, but so be like a group of illiterate people because this that politics, yeah, one of the guys of politics who behave like illiterate people. Listen. So those of you watching, this is Samuel Koga, the very Koga today that is leading the so-called majority bloc. That Samuel Koga that is in so he in the removal thing. The man he have been in all of the removal for speaker in the house. All he have been inside all. He ain't there telling Tyler, don't resign, don't recuse yourself. Today he say he chairman for majority bloc and Kofa should recuse himself. So how yet Tyler should not recuse himself, Koga? But now, then Tyler should not recuse. Now Kofa should recuse or resign. Nothing making sense.
We gotta get saved up.
Yeah, Jimbani, to say recuse is voluntary. Eh? Yesterday, to recuse was voluntary. Today, to recuse is mandatory. In James Banning's reasoning, in the best reasoning. Listen to him.
So far as it concerns the presiding, he will have to recuse himself. Let the next in line preside, and we discuss the motion. If the motion is trash, then he resumes his seat. That's the parliamentary procedure. On the
So if you watch the video, you enjoy it, but you just listen to the radio, you might not because it's standing nausea. But the noise they are causing, the disagreements they are having, they are in the chamber, they are in one space and engaging. And this is the message. This is the point. This is the logic that they are, in spite of their disagreements, they were seated in one space and effected Tyler's removal. It effected his removal. Some of the very people today say no, it is wrong. The men can go, they get out ready to go sit down anywhere. So why are they didn't leave him down there to go to a different place to go tell Tyler to recuse himself? This impeachment thing of the speaker is going to embarrass. If it has already embarrassed the country. The only reason why it is embarrassing the country is because of the manner and form in which it is being done. You go to session and tell me, Austin, they won't put the people complain on the agenda. I'll tell them, you gotta put the people complain on the agenda. That one, but you get option. You not get option. That complaint must be on the agenda. And when the complaint is on the agenda, you can preside over that complaint, Mr. Speaker. I can say to him. When they complain, one is that you must put their complaint on the agenda. That's one. That guarantee you must give it to them, all of us in the country. That these people got complaints, and their complaints must be admitted on the agenda, Mr. Kofa. Two is that when their complaints are admitted or included on the agenda, the second thing is, Mr. Speaker Kofa, you must recuse yourself. You can't preside over your complaint. Your colleague can complain, then you preside over them. So you have to recuse yourself. Those two commitments, you gotta give it to the entire country. That one, that complaint must be included on the agenda. When it is included, you must recuse yourself and turn the gavel over to the next in line to preside, because you cannot be presiding over your complaint. And then you take the witness stand because you are accused, and then you must be given due process. They too have to make that commitment that they will give you due process. And that, if we consider the complaint, we make it go to the different parliamentary proceeding in line with your rules and the constitution, and then a vote is taken. When you get 49, say, Mr. Kofa, go. See, we'll go, help you buy a thing and you go. If they reach the number, you'll go back in session, you'll continue your working. You'll go re-strategize again to raise the number. That's it. That's decency. It's called democratic decency. It's called democratic decency. Our democracy, for me, between me and you, I don't believe our democracy is decent. I don't. Mr. Weir tries to add a huge taste to our democracy. He conceded. Without the form of the official pronouncement by NEC. This is the first democratically elected president in the world to concede defeat without the election body making formal pronouncement. He said, before NEC announces, I am conceding, Mr. Baka. Congratulations. Bakatan, he went to court. We have gone to court. Our democracy, the decency, the morale, the integrity, the hygiene of our democracy, they are poor. And the reason is because we send elected people to public service. Most of them, not all of them, there are some decent ones. And so they behave illiterate in public service. See the colleagues, how they are disagreeing with each other, but in the same space. You see anybody getting versed down there? Say, are walking on? Jimmy used to use a word, say, no, apologize. Solomon John even call. I can say, who are you inside your man boyfriend or in a video? And they ask him out. But at the end of the day, they were men enough to sit in the same space and engage their colleagues on the issue. They did not run away. They sat in the same space and engaged. They looked out in the face and said, Mr. Speaker, recuse. The other boss say they're running away. And even they are running away must be at the value of the Constitution. That running away should be at the integrity of the Constitution. It should be at the morality of their laws. So that reduce the standard, that drop the bar, because it is us. When it becomes them, tomorrow we increase the bar. Then we say that politics, that political theater. Who told your political theater should be dirty? Who told your political theater should not be sanitized? Who told your political theater should not have decency and moral want to? Who told you? It's a political theater. It is supposed to be a place of integrity, a place of decency, a place of men, and not boss who will look in the faces of each other and disagree on the issues and follow the laws. That's what a political theater is, or that's what a political theater should be. Issue-driven. The issues that are being raised in a political theater must be raised within the parameters of the law. That's democratic decency. You're Jomo, buckle yourself all in one place and carry yourself and say you're going to sit down somewhere without only here. How you make decision when you say you can't sit down, you can't give an authority. The same Tifa men are presiding in the joint chamber. Why you get a majority block, carrying it in the same chamber where Kofa is, and then Kofa recuses himself, the same Tifa preside over them, and they take the vote. Why are you making a simple thing you're making long? Because all of you are insincere to yourselves. That's why. The very Tifa man who is presiding over you, you're taking your 40 or 42 or 49 or 45 or 50, or 50, you're taking carrying in the chamber. The very Tifa will preside over the session, and you're going to your vote. How you be afraid of voting? You say you get majority, go vote, you say no. Go to the chamber now, you get majority now, go to the chamber now, you say no. So what do you want? Then they may resign. And you get a year for the now? Yeah. plus 1, right? 49 plus 150, right? Y'all can't vote against the man. Y'all bring the 50 people. Let the 50 people go to the chamber. The man recuse himself. Final results over the session. Y'all take vote. The 50 people who you say you get, the 50 people will vote against the man. They say no again. How you get 50? You now want to go vote against the man. He said no, we won't vote against the man. But we not want the man to be here for all to vote against him. When he be in Grand Crew, they will be in RLJ. They will vote against him. But the law said that's not how it's supposed to be. They said no, that's how we want it to be. Even though that's not how it's supposed to be, but this is how we want it to be. It's not about how you want it to be. It's about what it should be. And now what it should be is defined, it's established by law. And we must. It is not an option. We should stop giving ourselves option to follow due process. Due process is not optional. It can never be optional. It will never be optional. And we, the citizens, must ensure that we don't allow our lawmakers to see due process as an option. Whether we must allow him due process or accord him due process, or we must not accord him due process. We, the citizens, must not give our lawmakers that other privilege or that other authority. Because the law, the Constitution does not give anybody the authority or the right or the option to accord somebody due process. It's not optional. We can accept any other thing, but that one, all of us Liberians must not accept it. Due process must be accorded. So let's take some calls on 0886 500 104, 0776 104 104. How the hell all the phones will be off and all of that? Why would these phones be off? No. So 0776 104 104 0886 the phone. Okay. This phone is also I can use it. I'll use this and so the WhatsApp is active on +231 886 300 104. So let's go and talk to some of our winners and talk to calls. Let's take this person from here. Hello, good evening. Let's hear you. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you're loud. Let's hear you.
My name is Odia. Also, I want you to please take my number for me after your show, please.
You say who?
Odia.
But I can get the number because another call coming in.
Please give me your one. You text it to me.
No, I can't give you my number on the radio now. So just hold on. Let me call a different number to you. You call that number and tell the person you want to talk to me, okay?
Alright.
So call this number. Call 0776 43 47
43 47
03.
Alright. 0776 43 47 06.
No, 03, not 060.
Alright.
03 0776 43 47 03. So call that number and tell the person you want to talk to me. It will take some time, but yeah, you still get to talk to me. So that's the calls on the different numbers here. Let's see whether we can mix the calls in with those who are successful winners. So those are the numbers to call and be a part of the show. That's 0776 104 104 0886 300 104, and the WhatsApp number is also active for those of you in the diaspora on +231 886 500 104. Okay, so let's take calls here and go home. Let's see. This is this person 088 0888 511 51187. I can call the last number because you call the last number, people can go to people train their phone be calling there. Okay, so let me talk to this person and see. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, not bad. me William Prop from Capital Bypass.
Go ahead, William.
Yeah, we're all here with front for the government. You see what happened? What the people did on the Upon, the hot order, them ball coming also about rocket beating there. Get me?
I get you.
Fucking honor the our president.
Thank you. Next person, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, woman, how are you?
I'm fine. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Brother Fode El Camara from Banana Johnson.
From Banaville, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Mr. Kofa, the speaker of the house. You know, the representative, they say that they say anything that can be well with you, that you will measure go to other people. The one that can't go well with the representative, what they do here against their friend, speaker of the house, which is Mr. Hadekoi Kofa.
Oh no. Okay. I think your point went through, but you're very your line is disturbing. So we could not continue with you. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, how is that?
I'm okay. My name is Austin Kawa. I'm calling you from Freedom FM.
Yeah, how is it?
I'm fine. You are live on Freedom Hard Talk.
Yeah, this is Kola FK Molva. And I'm answering you from Division 16, Long Camp, Firestone, Liberia, Lower Marquis County.
From Firestone, did you receive our message?
Oh, yeah, I received a message.
Okay, we'll call you to say congratulations for being one of our winners here tonight.
Oh, thank God, Chris, thank God, and God be with people.
Amen. Be with us. Let's talk. Let's see what we can get this person to also on the 0555 number 34 72 40. I can call the last number because our men can be calling the people. Okay, let's see what we can talk to this person. This is one of our winners here tonight. Okay. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
This is Austin. I'm calling you from Freedom FM, and you're live on Freedom Hard Talk.
Yeah.
Our system shows that you play our cash giveaway, so I'm sure you have received your message.
Yeah, Pasky.
Okay, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's one of our winners. Yes, that's one of our winners. 0887 34 55 77 is another winner here tonight. I think this should be the last person we'll talk to, and then we can call it a day. It seems that okay. Hello. Oh, the person called the call. I wouldn't know more. Even the time that when you calling Julie and they're telling you that they won, they're bothering and be around. Let me call her. Hello. My name is Austin. I'm calling. Oh, the person in the call you. Let me try to tear down and then if person be, I will let it be.
Yellow, the subscriber you are trying to reach is currently busy. Please try again.
Okay, let's talk to AB. AB, go ahead.
Hey, Austin. Good day, my dear brother.
How are you, my brother?
Thank you for the show, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. You know, that video that you just played when they remove our status, you know, it's sad for our country. Leaders that we put in place and they align to us. You know, yesterday it was good, but today it's not good. The same thing you criticized yesterday, you back in the wrong today.
Mm-hmm.
And every one of y'all were in the same chamber. Like, let me just say, the last time people removed speaker here, everybody was in the chamber of the Congress, in the lower house, debating the issues. But they are all shy away. Let me just end on more Adi than issues. More Adi, you are managing the other WSC. You're making money. You can afford. But yesterday, you just not have been working more before you and myself started working for our own money. You couldn't afford to buy a plate of lobster to eat. Austin, can you imagine that? There was some issues. So if it was issue yesterday, it issue today, more Ali. Because the same local business that Eugene Nagbe was patronizing, that the same thing that you want to go do in Kanta, Nima Kante. But it was bad yesterday. People were still, so you want them, so more Ali is telling us that nobody is suffering in the country today. Parents are in that country cannot afford $5 to take their children, to take their kids to the pool, swimming pool. And you are government official, senior government official, because you are head of an entity. It was bad yesterday, but today is good. So you see, all you got was just lying to come to power. You know, I know that your brother, but you know what?
Go ahead. Deal with the mail.
But that's the reason why. That's the reason why is that look. I know we are administration has some a problem.
Yeah, SSAs and all of that.
Yes.
But you said the standard now.
Criticize.
The standard you said was that Eugene Nangwe was wrong. He was insensitive to e-food and post-food and pictures. It can't be read today.
Eugene Nangwe worked in 3 major positions in the very more Ari government, the party government. 3 major positions. But he can't afford it. We are administration to eat a plate of lobster. He insensitive. He did. Well, today now, Mo Ali, you come back to the city again. I know you building house. Mo Ali, you are saying you're not making money. You're making money to build a house.
But why are you not placing emphasis on Mo Ali? Patrick Honda was there. Cardinal Crown was there. Alfonso Bella was there.
One of them, yeah. One of them was there. Patrick Honda, Koba Pasa, when I call it again. Oh, man, the country rescue now. All of them. We are SEF. We can speak good English, but today the men are speaking good English. The very people that are in the war room today now say it's a Western year. I feel Western year, my brother. I'm going to say a Western year. Yeah, he cried. He cried that day. He cried that day. He cried. So why you say that Western year and a 42-year experience? But brother, this is a country that we have. Look. We're not saying don't remove the speaker. Remove the speaker, but you got to go in your chamber and debate. You got a 50 person. Go in the chamber and debate the issue. The man will not refuse to put a complaint on the agenda. No, we'll tell you, no, you got to put it there, Mr. Speaker, and recuse yourself and face your accuser.
Sure.
But they don't want to do it. Thank you so much, Austin.
You're welcome,
brother. Watching for the Supreme Court. Thank you, brother.
You're welcome, my dear brother. I think AB will be our last caller on the show tonight. We have to go home. But folks, this is how I like to leave all of you. You see, history has a way of reminding you. It can't be wrong yesterday. Then today we say we must make it right because that us. I'm not doing that one. The same way I defended Eugene Nangwe yesterday and say, well, yes, that making a fool to eat a fool. Yeah, that thing you're doing, that's not politics, not propaganda. The standard you're setting for people eating food and posting on Facebook. Don't forget that UP is a potential government in waiting. When you come to power, we're going to use the same standard using on Eugene Nangwe. We said that thing. Yeah, we are today. The standard is being used on them, then they get issue. But we didn't set a standard. You guys set a standard. The same standard thing with the speaker removal. The standard he said then was to call for the speaker removal or recuser was hooliganism, James Barney, Buffer Chambers, Clement Massacre, Emmanuel Nukwede. But then calling for a recusal. If it was wrong then, if it was hooliganism then, James Barney, it has to be hooliganism today. It can't be hooliganism yesterday, then it be what thing? No. I'll preach my rules and talk to Massisi, and then we'll go home. Massisi, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, how are you doing?
We are fine. I know the female number off, eh?
Yeah, off. I bet you I said
it's off. It's off.
Yeah. No, I think thank you very much for the show tonight, and we say hi to your panelists all there. Also, Friday will be my birthday.
Friday?
Friday will be my birthday.
You November 29 bon do?
Yes, we're turning now born. That Oga continue for us.
So that you, Omen Sensayon and Ostina.
On the same day.
Okay. Happy pre-birthday.
Okay. So I'm talking to all my friends out there all over the world. Yeah, they come and they do something for me to make me happy. Yeah. Look, Austin, I don't have much to say. I want to say to the people, let's be patient. The people will look for now who can. When we say you don't see, they will play the later say, oh, they will do everyone. Today, go Ali, they take it and say, on the beach, they swimming.
The men again, oh, you mean again?
Oh, you have to they put in Lima. You know that one, my son. I tell you the story today. They put one person, we are going to your money, people suffering. But today, go Ali, I know for they go all best out there, go Ali.
They get to that. They get in Cordino Crown. She take
okay, Cordino Crown. I know what
she told you that. She told you that Mo Ali. She told you that Mo Ali should show your breast too.
But who you doing it, Papa?
But only Mo Ali. Only Mo Ali won't in the pool.
Oh, what for the one church or I Mo Ali? You understand? Yeah, my son. That's the first question about when it comes finish.
Sorry,
don't defend that woman, child. You not inside. You not know. You say Mama child. You not see. We know what's going on in the government.
Show your breast too, Mo Ali.
Friend.
Oh, Masi did that. How you know that Mo Ali continue to show your breast too? Party on in the pool. Alfonso better over there. Who was there? Steven. All the people out there. So wow, only Mo Ali. Because you have to come in here and I think move the video and the live. We have to go. Yes, folks, that's all the time we have to be with you tonight on the Monday's edition of the show. We shall be back here tomorrow by God's grace. But until then, let me say thanks to all of you for watching. Thanks to those of you who commented, those of you who call in, those of you who listen to us via the online radio from 21,000 to 32,300 persons. Following via the online radio across the country, in and outside the country. We shall be back here tomorrow by God's grace. My name is Austin Baba.
Reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough for time, but yeah, them still get delay. People suffer, grow up, but people